do a little thrifting. Yes, it's been a while, and I have a few things on my list that I'm looking for, so I thought I would share with you guys what those things are. We are in Traverse City right now, so this is the opposite side of the state from where I live in Michigan, and there are a couple. We've been coming here every year for years, so I already know of a few thrift stores over here that I enjoy. Being fully transparent, I already went to one of them, so you'll be seeing that I've already gone there. But then the other ones I am going to today. Well, one I'll be over here, and the other one is closer on our way home. And so we are headed home today, and I'm gonna hit that last one here in Traverse City that I really like that I haven't been able to get to yet, and then that other one, and I can't think of this city it's in right now, but I'll tell you when I go to it, and see what they have. So what are the things that I am looking for right now? If you didn't see my life update video, you might not know I was addressing how I haven't been thrifting, and it's really because I don't have time. I am not going anywhere besides babysitting, or we've been like going to amusement parks and things like that, so I'm not getting clothes that I'm like wearing out places to be cute, like they were more functional. And so I haven't really wanted or needed anything. And but now that we're heading into the colder months, there are things that I like to wear very casually, but can also wear and make them look a little, cuter. So I'm going to be looking for, my main thing is like oversized cardigans. That is just one of my favorite things that I feel very comfortable in, that I can dress up or down. I can wear them with leggings, I can wear them with jeans. So I've got other like kind of cute pants that I like to wear them with. And so that is my main clothing piece that I'm looking for, are some nice oversized cardigans, ones that button up, because I like to wear them buttoned up. And then I'm also looking for, I just redid my living room, and if you haven't seen that, I will link that video up here for you. And I am looking specifically for the little piece of wall right next to the front door. I would like to put something there. I'm thinking something gold maybe, or just the right kind of like picture or something. It would have to be something that just really jumps out to me and is like, that's the piece. So I want to look for something like that, something unique. I had originally ordered something from Amazon. It came, it didn't work out. And I'm like, I'd really rather, instead of, because there's a lot of elements in the room that are Amazon kind of stuff, or TJ Maxx like kind of things. And I'm like, I would really rather find something that would have more character, be more unique, that kind of thing. So that is something I'm going to be looking for also. And other than that, it's just kind of, I like to look at baby stuff because of my grandson. And then otherwise it's just gonna kind of be, if it's something that jumps out to me, because yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So come with me to some thrift stores. I hope you will enjoy our little journey into some different places, and hopefully I'll get lucky and find some things that I'm looking for. And today is Halloween actually when I'm filming this, so I have my ghosts with their books. Love it. That was my attempt at being festive. I was so sad because I have these really cute little ghost earrings that my daughter-in-law made a few years ago, and I love to wear those, and I forgot to bring them with me because they would have been perfect for today. Oh well. Hopefully I'll get lucky thrifting, and that'll make me feel better. Let's see. So here is the Women's Resource Center in Traverse City, Michigan. This whole entire building is what you're seeing in this footage is part of the thrift store, so that's pretty cool. First off, I went ahead and checked out what kind of games they had. I don't know where my mind was, because as I was watching this footage back, I'm like, why did you not pick up some of those things? In fact, well, kind of funny, this is after the fact, because this was the end of October when I recorded this, and then the first weekend in November, we have our annual girls trip with all the women 21 and older on my mom's side of the family. And we played Balderdash at it, and I don't personally have my own Balderdash, and I was like, oh my gosh, because we had so much fun, and I'm like, I need to get that game. And then I looked back at this footage and was like, they had two of them there. And I might even have grabbed both of them, just even give to somebody else to have one or whatever. And so, yeah, in hindsight, looking back, which I always end up doing when I look back at videos where I'm shopping for different things, especially if it's books or something, I always see things that I missed that I'm like, dang it. But this is just kind of giving you an overview of the store. They did have quite a bit of like Christmassy kind of stuff. So that was cool. A lot of like little kids' pajama sets, and they had really, really cute ones. Like, how cute was that for a little girl? And so I don't really need any more Christmas pajamas or anything like that. But I always like to just look and see what they have. And then they had these little Santa pajamas. You'll see in just a second. And I thought about grabbing a pair for my grandson, but they didn't have ones that were small enough. Now we're going to get into, I'm going to be showing you the prices of some things because it was ridiculous. $25. Yeah, this is new, but it's a thrift store. Like, I don't understand that. And this is a Lily Pulitzer. Okay, fine, but it's kind of an out of style, thing. $25 for that, not new. It's just, I don't know. I was kind of like, what are we doing here? So let me know if you think the same, or are you like, no, I think that's reasonable. I don't know. And obviously, in different areas of the country and stuff like that, or even in different countries, with thrifting, prices are different in different places. But in my experience in Michigan, I don't usually see those kind of prices on things at thrift stores. So in that first thrift store, you will have seen that the prices were astronomical for the clothes and stuff. I was like, there is no way. My husband kept picking stuff up and going, are they serious with this? There was a bottle of, you guys, VO5 shampoo that was partially used. That was, how much was it? $1.50 or $2 or something. He's like, this costs less than this in the store brand new. I'm like, yeah, because you can get it from like the dollar store. And like, and even though Dollar Tree has gone up in price, it's still not that much. And at least I don't think. But in any case, it wouldn't be used. So it was just, I get it. It's a charity place. Like, the money goes to a charity, which is awesome. And I love that. But I still don't think people want to pay more for things than they're worth. Like, they'd rather just give that money to charity. I'm not going to buy, I'd rather hand you $2 for this charity than spend $1.50 or whatever it was, $2 for this bottle of partially used, not good quality shampoo. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was kind of weird. I did look over at the games and stuff because I do like to check out that kind of stuff, especially with the holidays coming up and we get together with family a lot. We are a bunch of game players, so we like, I like to look for different things. I didn't find anything that I ended up wanting to take home, but they did have quite a few things there. And then, yeah, with the clothes situation, there was no way I was buying any of the clothes there. The shoes, same thing. Everything was just super overpriced. You know what wasn't? And what I had a lot of really good luck on? Books. I found some really good books for really amazing prices. So, yeah, they had fill a bag of books for $3, and even their regular prices were good. I didn't find enough to really fill a bag, but so still, it ended up costing me $3 for 6 books. And so I'm perfectly happy with that. And yeah, so if you want to hear more about these particular books that I picked up, you can check out my booktube channel. It is called Bookburger. I will have it linked up in the cards for you. It's always down in the description box. And I will share all about my books over there because I will be doing a thrifting video for books over there. So check that out if you're interested in hearing about the books that I picked up. Now this is the Double Edge thrift shop in Traverse City, and this is like the proceeds go to a Christian school, and it's a really nice little thrift store. They've got a lot there, and I've found really good things there over the years, and I do love that the money goes to this Christian store. So Christian school, and so that is something that I like to support. But anyway, just kind of giving you a little overview of what they have there. They also had like a little section with some Christmas stuff, but not nearly like that first store did. And then they have pretty good shoes, but the shoes are like, I mean, they're priced fairly, I think, but a little more than I typically see. They had so many different like dish sets and stuff in there. And I ended up, there was a whole section that I was going to show you guys, but there were people standing there, so I wasn't going to record over there. But this just kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. They really have some of everything in this place. So when you head back here, you go into a room that's filled with furniture. Then over to the left, you go into where if you go to the right, there's a whole Christmas room, and you go to the left and there's a whole book room. I do end up showing you the Christmas room a little bit, but I didn't actually go into the book room. I mean, I did when I was there, but I didn't record it because there were some ladies in there, so I was obviously not going to record them. And so that's a big theme of when I do thrifting videos. I am not going to record people without their knowledge. So if there's people in an area, I'm just not recording there. And that's just the way it is. I would appreciate someone doing the same for me, so just makes sense to me. But yeah, they have quite a bit of furniture and stuff in there, and like some big pieces that were really nice. And I don't need anything like that, but still, I'm cracking up. This area never disappoints. So on the wall there were two Elvis plates, but there were whole stacks of Elvis plates over here. And I was laughing, telling my husband we should get them for his mom because she loves Elvis. She wouldn't actually want those plates, but it was just kind of funny. And look at those. I'm so excited. I'm like, they always have some sort of weird, quirky stuff over here. But this one thing I'm going to show you, my husband was like, what the heck? Look at this. It had like these weird band-aids all stuck to its face. I have no idea what was going on there. But yeah, this place never disappoints with some sort of like creepy looking, weird looking something in that area. So look at how many like little Christmas trees and stuff that they had over there. Over to the left there was the book room, but just showing you the sheer amount of Christmas stuff that they have in here. Like, look at all the ornaments. And what's funny to me is how some of them are like personalized. Like, it's always funny to me when someone donates something like that because who else is going to want that? But had really pretty nativity sets. And then they had this whole Christmas village. I've never seen this before, but like you can tell someone just donated their entire collection. So then we went to what has been kind of my favorite thrift store over in that area. And this was the day we were heading home actually, because the way their hours fell, I couldn't get there before I would have only had like half an hour to be in there. And I'm sorry, that is not enough time to be in a thrift store between when my husband's sessions ended for his conference and then, being able to shop. So we went on our way home that day. And I was so excited because last year I found some really cute clothes there. And I also found some really good books. So I was like, okay, if all else fails and I don't find any clothes or anything, I should be able to find some books in there. Wah, wah, wah. I didn't find anything that I wanted to take home. Something that I love that they have there is like that whole Christmas room. Like, how cool, how fun is that? But the last thing I need is another Christmas decoration, let me tell you. And so I looked through there quickly and stuff, but didn't pick anything up. They did have a lot though of like dishes and stuff that were really cool. And so I was looking at that kind of stuff. Of course, right now I'm not really in a position where I need stuff like that. Eventually someday, I think I would really like to have a bunch of mismatched, just fun, funky dishes that I get from thrift stores and stuff like that, instead of like the sets that you just buy in the store that are all the same. I don't know, it just seems like more fun to me. But because that's how I do with mugs. Like, I don't have all the same looking mugs. And it's fun to pick your mug, so why not have fun picking your plate or your bowl, or you know what I mean? And so eventually I will probably do that, but right now I wasn't really in a place where I wanted to do that. And so otherwise though, they did have a good selection there of that stuff. And then their books were just, they didn't really have anything that I wanted. I was looking also for a piece of decor for in here that I wanted, that I mentioned to you. Didn't see anything there that I wanted, but that store never disappoints with having something weird. And so I showed you the weird that was in there. There was weird stuff last year that I was cracking up about. I'm like, I don't know where they get this stuff from, but it's pretty funny. So it was entertaining, even if I didn't end up with anything. Now we're heading into a St. Vincent de Paul in West Branch, Michigan. I went here last year also, and man, this place is giant and filled with so much stuff. If you're looking for Christmas sets of dishes and things like that, like this is the place to be. I can't believe, I actually think they had more last year than they do this year, but still quite a bit. It was Halloween, so if you see like people wearing kind of strange looking things, that's why. But yeah, they have so many different things. And this is a whole like kids section with toys. So all the little toys, they created these little bin kind of things and stuff that they put them in, and more dish stuff over there that's just non-Christmassy themed. And then moving over into like the clothing area and stuff. And so of course I was looking for some oversized cardigans. That one didn't have buttons, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for anyway. That was just kind of too thin, not really my style. But yeah, woo, fancy. It was like all beaded and stuff. So you always find some pretty funny looking stuff in thrift stores. But I just could not find really what I was looking for. And so, um, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed with, I'm like, doesn't it seem like cardigans should be an easy thing to find? And like we went in several thrift stores. There were ones we went into that I don't even show on here because it was like, what's the point? There's another fancy one. But I did find this really cute guy in there, and I did take him home. That's my husband, in case anyone didn't know. And then over in this section, just more Christmas stuff, lots of Christmas clothing over here. And again, I kind of swinging around to show you more. They have like entire sets, kind of like how at that last thrift store had like that big Christmas village. This one had some different sets like that also. And so, man, you can just tell people donate their whole entire collections, and somebody is going to find that and be really happy. Then these are kind of like some ornaments that they had, and they had this whole rack had like tablecloths and runners and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. And then these bins just filled with different packages of Christmas ornaments, plus a whole wall full of them. Like if you're looking for Christmas decor, they had it. Okay, then we made that stop at that place that I went to last year that like, wow, they had so much stuff. My husband was even entertained in there because he's not a thrift store person. He's just sweet and like takes me to all these places and comes in with me. Usually he'll come in for a couple minutes and then head out to the car. But he actually in that place last year was like looking everywhere because it's gigantic and there's so much to look at. And so this year we went in there with high hopes because I found so many great books in there last year, and I also found a few other things. And so we were wandering through. It was packed. And it was a Friday. It was actually Halloween when we were, going through there. And so we went in and were just treasure hunting. And I ended up finding, remember when I said I need another Christmas decoration, like a hole in the head or something? Well, apparently I needed a couple more holes in my head because I saw this little tree. And this is so ridiculous because it's just a little ceramic tree with snow on it. I needed this. I needed it. Like, I did. And it was only 50 cents. So I couldn't help myself. I wanted to get it. And we actually have my grandma that passed away. It'll be 7 years in February. She had a Christmas village that she put out every year. And so when she passed away, my sisters and I got it. And we pass it around each year. So one of us has it each year. And this is going to be my year to have it again. And so I will either put this in with that Christmas village or I'll put it somewhere else in my decor. But I just thought that this was so cute. And that was my justification. Like, it can go with the village. But it might not. And then I also found this bag of ornaments, which I'll pull one out for you. So they look like this. I'll end up showing it to you like up close so you can see. My tree is actually already up and I might add some of these to it. It is like it looks really cool because it looks almost like Victorian or something. It's very like, just old looking. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say right now, but it is like a blackish brown kind of a color. And I just thought that it was such a cool design with the filigree kind of looking. And yeah, it was just something totally different. And so I thought, why not? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 in here and they were $1.25. And yeah, I liked them. So I bought them. And then over by the books, which I was so excited about because I'm not kidding. Last year, I brought home so many. My video from last year from this, I'll link it up here from this thrifting trip last year. I brought home so many books. And so I was super excited. Well, I was looking because they had this whole, not the whole series, that's why I didn't end up getting it. There were several in the series, but they didn't have some of the first ones. And I think if they had, I would have gotten it because even if I didn't end up reading them, they might even be something that I could have like passed on to somebody else, like one of my nieces or something that are really into reading. It was the Sookie Stackhouse series, which is what the show True Blood, I believe it is. If I'm saying the wrong thing, I'll put it on the screen, but I think it's True Blood, was based off of. And so I kept going back and forth. Should I just get these and then find the other ones later? And then I was like, I'm not going to do that. But I kind of am questioning if I should have. But anyway, so I didn't get those. But I did end up picking up After That Night by Karen Slaughter. I have not read anything by her before, but I've heard such good things. And I love me some good thriller, suspense. So I am excited to read that. And then I also picked up a Christmas book by Fern Michaels called Spirit of the Season. And I'm not going to lie, it was the cover of this book that totally suckered me in. So these were 75 cents each. And yeah, so a couple books, a cute little tree, and some ornaments from that store. Now this is the Salvation Army in Midland. And when we got there, I realized, oh, we have been here. We came the year before. But I remembered something about it that you will also see. Well, maybe I don't show in this one, but the prices are outrageous at this thrift store. I don't understand it at all. And they were like that last year too, so it's not like it's changed since then. Just didn't make sense to me. Things that are like not in great condition would be like $6 for a shirt. And that is outrageous to me compared to what I am used to spending at thrift store. So yes, I realize $6 for a shirt is not an outrageous price. But especially if it's like got pilling and just looks very worn and things like that. Like, I don't know why anyone would want to pay that for that. I don't want to go buy clothes that look that worn anyway, but even the new ones, it's like, I don't know. I was so disillusioned by pricing. Then we made our way to this Goodwill in Bay City, and they did have a lot of stuff in there. They were cranking this Halloween music, which was kind of hilarious. Like, some of it was so terrible. But there was a lady in there who was singing her heart out, like, that works there. So you could tell she's heard the soundtrack a few times. And it was pretty funny. But I always love to see people enjoying their time when they're working, because that makes time go by faster. And it's just more pleasant for everyone around you. So yeah, there's a little tip. If you're a grouchy worker, stop it. Anyway, yeah, they had a lot, but just never really found what I was looking for. And that's okay. That's just the way it goes sometimes. We went into a couple other thrift stores that day where I found absolutely nothing. Prices, I cannot believe the prices. I will say that near where I live, even though like where I go is like half an hour away because I live out in the country, so there's nothing actually near where I live. But the prices where I go are so much better. I'm like, why are these prices so crazy? And I've heard you guys say that too, or seen you guys say it in comments, that thrift stores by you do not have the prices like the ones that I show near me where I get stuff. So I was really getting sticker shock by going to these places because, yeah, man, like, chill out, thrift stores. But anyway, so the last place that I went and did actually get a little bit lucky and find some things that I was excited about. Let me take you to the Salvation Army in Bay City. You can see that light flashing. It was on Halloween, and I told my husband, I'm like, oh, look, they created like a spooky, entrance for us. Obviously not, the lights just messed up, but it was just kind of funny. There's one in there too. But we have been here before, and I do really like, it's very open and bright in there, which is nice. They have a lot of furniture. They had quite a few Christmas trees, and their shoe prices are awesome. I didn't actually end up getting any shoes last year or this year, but I did have some that I was holding on to for a little while because it would be like Adidas and things like that that were really fantastic prices. Like, I think it was $5.99 for a pair of like nice Adidas shoes. I have the Samoas, and they had some of them there, not Sambas, Samoas, and so I already know that I like that style. So I almost picked up this other pair, but I ended up not. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because right now I'm showing you shirts. And again, where are cardigans? I could not find cardigans anywhere. But they have a big shoe selection. And like I said, the pricing is very fair. And so I always appreciate that. And I do feel like I find that more at Salvation Armies than I do at like Goodwill. So there's a pair of Hey Dudes, for instance, and in pretty good shape. Those ones were $9.99, so I don't know why those were $9.99 and the Adidas were $6.99, but whatever. Again, looking through more sweaters because I was like, okay, here's the cardigans, right? But still, not really. And I mean, it looks like there's a ton there, but just not what I was looking for. So I guess I shouldn't say that they didn't have a lot. It's just, it wasn't the styles that I was necessarily looking for. And oh well, like that's just how it goes. But I thought this was so cute. Not for me, but I just, well, I mean, I would wear it, but I just thought it was really cute. And then the last thing I'm going to show you, this was so weird. My husband and I were like, what the heck is this? So it's some kind of artwork that someone made. I would love to know what for, like what the, I don't know. I'm assuming it was for some kind of event thing or something. And like, what do these things mean that are on the dresses? I don't know, but it was interesting to say the least. I ended up getting, and I already gave it to him, so I just went ahead and took a picture of it and stuff. Maybe I'll insert a little clip of him, but kind of crop it so you just see his little hands, his pudgy little hands playing it. But it is a Little Tikes piano that I found in this particular thrift store.
What is that?
And it was $2.99, so I was like, $2.99. It was a little dirty when I picked it up. I, sanitized that thing really good over like 2-day time period because I was like, my grandson is touching this. I'm making sure it's clean. It looks brand new. Like it looks like it just came out of the package from the store. And so I'm so happy with it, and he loves it. The smile that he gets on his face when he starts banging on that, I was like, yep, exactly, like worth way more than $2.99. But yeah, so he is actually 8 months old, and I'm just having the time of my life. I get to watch him 3 days a week, and so I get to sit over there and watch him bang on that little piano and just see the joy on his face, and that brings me so much joy. So that was a great purchase. And then I also did find a couple things for me. Try to hide your shock and amazement when you see that they are books. So I ended up picking up this Fiction Favorites. I actually have another one of these that has obviously different books in it, but these are from Reader's Digest. Pretty cool. So it has 4 different books in one, and it has Welcome to Murder Week by Kieran Dukas. That actually is what drew me to it, because I had been looking at that book and was trying to get an arc of it at one point, and so I am excited to have it in this. And then Yours Eventually by Nura Maznavi. And then we've got, I should read them from the side, it's easier than on there. I Need You to Read This by Jessa Maxwell, and Perfect Storm by Paige Shelton. And so, yeah, excited about that one. And then also Alice Feeney, because I have not read anything from her yet either, and it's an author that I hear about all the time. So, and I've heard about this book, so Sometimes I Lie. So we've got that unreliable narrator kind of a thing going, and so I am really excited to have found this and picked this up for, again, really good price. So it was $149 for the paperback and $199 for the hardcover. All right, I'll take it. So I hope you still enjoyed getting to see me go to these different thrift stores and just kind of check out what was there. Unfortunately, I didn't really find much of what I was looking for, but it was still fun to just go around and do that. It was Halloween when we were doing that, I mentioned already, besides the very first one. So all the other ones were on Halloween. And it was actually pretty busy in those stores. I was surprised. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so it was still a fun thing to do. And I am really happy with what I did end up picking up. And that's all that matters. I didn't spend a bunch of money on things that I didn't actually want. And just had the experience of checking out some places I had already been, but also some different ones. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and let me know how you're feeling about thrifting lately. If you are somebody who has been a thrifter for a long time, are you kind of being disillusioned by it? Because I feel like I am, and it makes me sad because it's something that I've loved so much for so long, and it's not the same anymore. And I do have to say, I do think a lot of that has to do with people who do resale, on Poshmark and Mercari and things like that, going into those stores and just buying everything, and it's like the stores know it, and so I feel like they mark up different things now than they used to, and so it's kind of disappointing. But hopefully my tried and trues that are around me will stay the same. I mean, I know they won't forever, nothing does. But yeah, I'm at least happy that books in most places seem to be staying a really good price, and that's the thing I get most excited about these days. So that works out for me, but not so good for people who are looking for other things from the thrift store. So I look forward to hearing what you guys think of what I got, just of the experience of going around those different places, and just say hello, because I'd like to say hello back to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye.